Yeah. Okay, cool. It looks like we're back online. I do apologize. Do apologize, everyone. Forgive the technical issues. Uh, your hair does blend into that. Wait, that's popcorn you're eating? I thought he was eating like rice or like ramen or something or I mean, I'd rather it have been dried ramen. I mean, that's not a crime. You all should be now you're talking about war crimes and I know we have one Canadian, so he's used to being tried for war crimes, but anyway, cuz you're not insane. Is this a Family Guy episode now? My monetization. It's okay. I say the same thing when people say, "Oh, I just listen to straight One Direction." I go, "There's nothing straight about One Direction." I keep telling I keep I keep telling them that the rainbow stole the color out of my closet. Well, pray for his family, I guess. Yep. But so I don't know where in my spiel you guys were ended up, but so yes, you def- you defeated the angry fish who were tired of being sushi, and that's the next Pixar movie is What If Sushi Had Feelings? Yes. No. But But yes, that is indeed a movie that exists, and a Amazon Prime show that exists. And the Amazon Prime show literally picks up with the fighting of the human race. And apparently they win. I'm like, no. But yeah, but humans also have flamethrowers. Yep. And frankly, some of the ways they kill the humans, I go, that wouldn't actually kill you. But, you know, it is what it is. So, as our brave adventurers were given shelter for the night after their heroic good deeds, and allowed to, take a rest, take a break, and recover, the next day arrives. The day after all the chaos, chicanery, and shenanigans. And I will pistol whip somebody. Well. But, with the new day and your guys' long rest, it is now time to meet with the new guild. Specifically, the new guild council that is comprised of a lot of more voices. And let me set the scene here because I want some fun music. He did. Yeah, he's alive. Let me double check. So, Pip Cogsgroove is still alive. She is the one who hired you. Um, Pip is a girl. However, correct, she did not lose any legs. The person you are thinking who is the one who lost their legs is Nicodemus. He is the head of the Alchemists Guild. He did, in fact, lose his legs. The person who will explode if he dies is Halas Faraday, who is the head of the Science Guild. Correct. I like Bongo. That was actually a fun cartoon. I mean, he wasn't your enemy. So, I mean, there is that argument, which is the if sucks to suck, scrub. See, I was gonna say, see, but all the filthy Xenos. But that's the. I mean, just sounds like efficiency here. Rain fire down upon filthy savages. Actually, my quote was a Fallout New Vegas quote. By the way, because he doesn't watch, guess who got a present for someone important? And it was all the Magic the Gathering Fallout shit. Me, that's who. I know he's gonna love it. I got our old man the Fallout Magic the Gathering decks. Yeah, all 4 of them. Yeah. But anyway, so it is a new day. You guys are heroes. You guys have won and been successful, and you guys are being invited to the new, basically the formation of the new guild council. Um, you're meeting at a different location. Um, the building is in need of repairs. However, you guys are meeting in the park, in the last green that there is in Xoleni. You guys are meeting there. Indeed. Hmm. Pip smiles. I can imagine. It's not that there's a lot of grass in Xoleni, but I imagine there'll be more. Well, I didn't, but she is going to be in attendance today. And with that, you guys arrive and see Nicodemus, who is currently sitting in a wheelchair, wrapped, bandaged, and he's got like 2 or 3 nurses around him, like all keeping track of him, and he's just like, I'm fine, I'm not dead yet. I mean, one is. He just... Eh. And he looks down. Yeah, that's about right. And he just shakes his head. Well, I suppose I'm just harder to kill than most people. I love Roan's just... They don't, though. The answer is 2 and yes. Nicodemus just like rolls himself away. Just is like, nope. You feel someone pat your shoulder. It's all right, Grimir. And you see Halas. The least we can do is use Mako's magical dicks on him. There is a fucking sentence. Holy shit. I mean, bruh. I love. Um. I love Niafta just. Yes. Yes, he does. Bro, that's not a thing that was just said on my stream. Anyway, moving along. I'm definitely gonna get banned now. But anyway, so as the conversation is quickly shut up by the powers that be, you guys are brought into further into the garden, and you can see that there is a table set up. Around this table are various individuals. One of which, or well, several of which you recognize. The Chancellor, who is, looking cheerful despite everything that has gone on in the last few days. He is. No, actually, he seems to be good at being a politician and putting on the game face, as it were. Whether that's a mark for him or against him is up entirely to you guys, but as he's there, he is you can see Nicodemus wheels himself up to the table. You can see Halas takes his seat. You can also see the leader of the Orkana people. This being one. Let me remember her name, for the love of God. Delphine Oryx. Her name is Delphine Oryx. And there's also standing nearby are a few of her Orkana people, ready to leap into action if needed. What's going on over there, Laura? You alright? Oh, we were just picking up something like scratching sound or something. Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. As you bow, she bows and gives you a nod of respect. The other individual who is instantly recognizable is Yvain, the leader of the group known as the Thorns. Eco freedom fighters, terrorists, whatever you choose to label them at any given Thursday afternoon. I mean, super radical vegans. I mean, I know that's almost a redundant sentence nowadays, but but well, I tell people all the time. I'm like, look here, if you're not actively sacrificing yourself in the name of the Wild Mother, are you really even a vegan? Right? There you go. There you go. Huzzah! Compromise. Don't know that that's the perfect message or perfect segue to that, but it works. But the other thing is that of course, Yvain is here, but also there are two new faces. One of whom is a robust-looking human. He looks like a real-life Santa Claus. Like, he looks like he's used to smiling. He's definitely got smile lines around his lips and his eyes. Definitely just a cheerful-looking kind of guy. And he is wearing an apron. A big, fluffy-looking apron with a lot of pockets on it. It is. I was going to say, did you actually want to know something there? There you go. So it is a brown apron. It is full of pockets, and it has a bunch of powder stains on it. And he smells like cookies and fresh bread. And he actually smiles. Actually, it's a leader of the Food Guild. We're still workshopping it. And as you hug him, Grimir, hello. And he pats your. No. I do not need my wife even more upset with me. He does. It's quite all right. It's not the first time, but I unfortunately am not a dwarf, nor am I related to them. I just have a really nice beard. Ah, well, thank you kindly. And he shakes your hand and he hands Grimir a cookie. And yes, he did pull that cookie out of thin air. Nice. I mean, um, he then, of course, uh, gestures to the meeting table where there are cookies, pies, pastries, and other breakfast food. There's even a few savory breakfast quiche on the table. There are 4 different kinds of quiche, all of which are breakfast things. No, he does point you to a seafood quiche. It does not. But anyway, no, the quiches do not jiggle much, but mostly because no one is jiggling the quiches. Oh, okay. So then, yes, the quiches do have a bit of jiggle to them. Um, the other individual, you just got. You don't need to roll. You successfully hit him. Uh, yep, chaos. I can't even set a table without you guys. Um, anyway, noted. So, there's more than one quiche. There's more than one quiche. Anyway, moving right along. Anyway, yep, and they are delicious. Well, I mean, are you still next to the cookies, Mr. Horse? All right, well, there you go. He's still next to the cookies. Yep. And so, as the cookies are being devoured, the other person that you notice is a woman who is dressed you'd almost call it severe. She is definitely dressed like she is about business. She knows what she's doing. Very power suit kind of dress. And as she is there, she's currently having a conversation with a few other individuals. But she turns and looks at you all as you kind of are making yourselves into a spectacle. Charmed, I'm sure. I am Zira, head of the Workers Guild. It's quite a pleasure to meet you. And she just kind of nods her head. Well, a pleasure to meet you all. I wish I could say I was honored, but I am definitely interested. You are quite the interesting bunch, to be sure. No, you are the crew of the Vesi's Mercy. I understand. Yes? Presently, though, Urki smiles. Welcome, everyone, heroes and fellow guild masters. Allow me to begin the first meeting between Xoleni and the Orkana people. Lady Delphine, welcome to our fair city. And allow me first and foremost to apologize for the horrific state that your ambassador was in. I am so very sorry that that happened. And you can rest assured that we held Graf and those who orchestrated this horrific attack on your people accountable, with the help of these brave adventurers. Mm. Thank you, Chancellor. I am glad to know that justice is able to be served in your city. Now, we must have a conversation about your practices. Yes, the concern over the water's, purity and toxicity. Yes, of course. Allow me to first say that I have heard from Miss Pip here your concerns, and they are valid and grave, and let me rest assured that I and Pip, along with Nicodemus and Halas, are all working to make sure that this unfortunate matter is cleaned up as fast as possible and as safely as possible. We don't want to solve one problem and create another. Well, that is certainly reasonable. But of course, unfortunately, not as many as some of us would like, or fewer of us would approve of. They are one of the groups we contacted to assist us in this endeavor. The other is also the Alchemist Guild, and the Guild of Science. Masters Halas, Masters Nicodemus, please, will you explain your plan for our guests here today? Halas, if you would. I don't do standing right now. My prosthetics are being worked on. Of course. And he stands up. The Alchemist Guild and I have created these. And he pulls up a slime. He pulls it out of a little jar that he had in one of his many pockets. You see, slimes out in the natural world hold a wide variety of uses. We have recently learned that one of our fair citizens has actually begun to breed them and conduct his own experiments on them. On slimes. Really. In fact, that is the case. He also has created a few variants. And he actually reaches into another pocket and pulls out 2 more jars, in which you can see little tiny, almost faces in slime. Each one is a different color. These brown ones he calls... Oh god, hold on. I have my notes here. Yep. Here we go. We have a few who would be perfect here. These base slimes, or regular slimes, as they're called, are different than the traditional ones you find in the wild. These have been raised to not be a problem to people. They consume inorganic and organic objects and materials, certainly. However, you can also tailor their diet to create variants. Specifically, this brown one here is called a scavenger slime. It feeds off of, well, detritus, excrement, trash, and things of that nature. The cleaner slime actually feeds on dirt, grime, toxins, etc. And this. And he pulls out a larger jar that's green in color. This is a poison slime. It feeds off of poisonous material. This individual has perfected the art of slime breeding. And as such, he is willing to offer selling us the services of his slime. Whoop. He's willing to offer us the services of his slimes, as well as sell them in bundle to the city, in order to help us in our cleaning efforts. I have also been assured that these slimes are safe for other creatures to consume. Even, well, certain of them. I imagine the poison slime and the scavenger slime are not exactly safe to eat. That would be correct. It wouldn't kill you to eat them, of course, but it is a concern. I see. But tell me, how did he discover this? Frankly, we don't know, and he has not been willing to share his methods. Funnily enough, um, she's reading the chat that's going on. Anyway, As for this, it is because he has referred to himself as a slime person. Say that one more again. There was too many voices. Uh, no. He's called himself a slimeoid. He has also consented to be called a plasmoid. Indeed, he is. Uh, and from what we can tell, he is definitely smarter than most people. But he looks like a child. Like he's child shaped. Watch it. It's all Pip says, and Nicodemus goes, "Are you gonna call me a quarterman too? Is that the joke you're about to make?" You watch as they kind of like nod their heads. Um, he has declined to visit. However, I can indeed arrange a meeting with you, Chancellor, if you so desire. No, 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 please, by all means. I am just here to regulate and monitor, as well as to, enforce the law. By all means, if he doesn't wish to meet, I am not going to force the issue. Ah, excellent. Well, uh, Miss Delphine, this is one of many solutions. We also have another. Uh, Nicodemus. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he reaches into his bag and he pulls out a little contraption, and he uses it to cast a major image spell. We have been working on this concoction for a while now. Frankly, we're not quite sure how well it's going to be, but we are working on it. It allows us to. It'll put it. We'll put it into the sea and into the water, and it will cause any uh, non-salt water to become a clumpy, foamy kind of mess, which can then be scooped up at leisure by these boats. And he shifts the image to form into a kind of, it's almost like a fishing trawler, but actually, imagine the gunk cleaner from Osmosis Jones, if that's a much better image. Yeah, imagine that little boat. That's actually a way better image in my head. But kind of. Uh, we are in the process of finalizing the designs. However, the concoction can be used right away. It has been tested, and we do have the proof that it works. After all, it is what gummed up my own water treatment plant. I have since refined the chemical formulae, and it works exactly as intended. There is one small problem, and that would be, unfortunately, if creatures were to eat this concentrated, well, call it bile, unfortunately they will get sick, and I do not know of any way to stop the creatures from consuming it if they see it. That is a problem. It already smells, because it doesn't change anything about the properties of the chemicals or detritus or, frankly, nastiness that is there. Unfortunately, some creatures will eat anything. I refer you to the deep thresher shark that is currently locked in the bay. Hmm. Not locked in. No, deep terror sharks are a problem here. But frankly, it's been in the bay for some time, ever since it was a pup. And I think we may or may not have had an adverse effect on its physiology. No, you definitely did. It grew insanely fast for its age. I am actually quite concerned with how fast it has grown. But me and my people will deal with the terror shark, mutant though it may be. We only need the water to be clean so our orcas can swim without suffering. Hmm. I mean, it could, and it likely would. It eats just about anything. The only thing it seems to not have a taste for are ships. And even then, it still smashes them to pieces if they're small. I mean, that is entirely possible. We could conduct an experiment to see. I'm happy to let it continue to live in the bay, no problem. Lady Delphine shrugs. So long as it is in the bay, it is not out causing problems for my orcas. So frankly, we don't mind if it stays. It's just that we don't want it venturing out and us not being aware of it. I will think I'll station a few Orcana nearby to keep an eye on it while you conduct these experiments. Hmm. And if it does stay, and if it will eat the bile, then that'll save us a lot of effort with the trawler. Though we'll have to plan for the eventual day when the shark does pass away. Granted, it is young now and still has probably 100 more years, but it never hurts to be prepared. Hmm. Indeed. These are some of the proposals that we are capable of carrying out immediately, Lady Delphine. We only ask, of course, that we do not sink the majority of Xoleni beneath the waves. Yes. Um, I do hate to bring that up, says Erky. Lady Delphine, you understand that what you did was basically hold a nation hostage. I am very well aware of what we have done and why we did it. The people of Xoleni will want answers. The secret is out, I'm afraid. Graf was very public about the Arcana stopping people and about the Arcana being a threat to our nation. I'm afraid that's out. Indeed, I imagine it is. We are in the we are being we are currently explaining why Master Graf basically went off his rocker, and we are not hiding the truth here. Pip, Halas, and Nicodemus were all very clear on that. Indeed. I, for one, think that it is a good thing to tell everyone about the Kalidu. After all, the defense force did have to defend against an enemy they were not expecting. Which, by the way, brings me back to the question that I had joining this meeting. I represent workers. We can be all kinds of jobs, and my friend here represents trades. Hmm. As yes, of course, but also culinary. Yes, we are well aware that the majority of your members are in the culinary fields. However, there is something we need to discuss. Hmm? Chancellor, currently it is the guilds who have basically control over a standing militia, each of them, including us. Yes, that is true. The only exception being the constabulary. Yes, it was founded under the Guild of Fuels. Also, the Guild of Fuels will need a new guildmaster. That is to be handled internally from all accounts. After all, it was part of the decree that I not be involved in that process. Very well. Pip, Halas, Master Nicodemus, is there any word on that front? Yes, there are two potential candidates for guildmaster. But I like neither of them, frankly. They're just crazy. We can deal with crazy. Frankly, I would like not to have crazy. I do second that motion. Shall we elect someone within the Guild of Fuels? That has never been done before, says Pip, hostilely. Indeed, it has always been the Guild's decision amongst themselves who represents them. If we can't stand either option, then we have a duty to present a third. That is a gross overstep. You see Pip smile. Indeed, you are correct. And I know exactly who you refer to. Elixir Smither. Who? Ah, I know him. He's great. He makes wonderful sauces. You should really try his oyster sauce. It is second to none, I promise you. What? Oh, I'm sorry. He's the proprietor of Smithers Extraordinary Elixirs. Master Smither is a fantastic alchemist. Ah, that's why you knew him, Nicodemus. Of course. Why isn't he in your guild if he's such a fantastic alchemist? He didn't want to join. He didn't want to join? Nope, he wanted to join the Guild of Fuels because he said he had a fuel that would revolutionize the whole world. But unfortunately, Graf didn't want to hear him out. I did present him to him. I worked out the introduction. I see. Very well. Then I would agree that we could present this Elixir Smither. He is not a guild member of any current guild. He is someone who wanted to be in the Guild of Fuels, and he is working on a fuel. I fail to see why he wouldn't meet the qualifications. I do second this. We could at least offer him up to the Guild of Fuels and see what they think. All of them. The Chancellor smiles. Actually, that is the beautiful part about Xoleni. We will listen to any good idea, whether or not you're a citizen or a member. We are the city of ideas and the city of the future, after all, my good man. All of the guild masters just groan as they just roll their eyes. We elected Urki to lead Xoleni because he's good at the diplomacy thing. He's also insanely good at the public relations thing. And these kinds of slogans are heaped upon us in droves. I thought you all liked my slogans and my speeches. Yes, they are very good for the common people, while the rest of us have real work to do. Ah, yes, well, I suppose. Also, I'd like to make one more proposal, if I might. The Workers' Guild is quite mouthy now. We have always tried to have the ear of the Guild Council. Now that we're on it, you can expect us to propose lots of things. I just simply want us to trade for more foodstuffs, more valuable flavors. After all, if we're the city of inventions and new ideas, culinary ideas should be among them. Not to mention the techniques of the elves for harvesting timber without damaging the forests. I think that would be a great idea. Silver Tree is so very close, after all. Hmm. Noted. Go ahead, Zara. I would suggest that the head of the University of Xoleni be given a seat on the Guild Council. Why he isn't, I don't know. That's actually not a bad idea. They all look at you and frown. It's the Learners Guild. They say almost in unison. It's quite all right. The Learners Guild was founded by the students in the university with the sole purpose of getting into other guilds and thus improving them. At least that is their current mission statement. Hmm. I think it is a fantastic idea. I actually agree. Now, about our heroes, says Erky, smiling. Indeed, about our heroes. About our ambassadors. You'll be happy to hear that your ship has been brought to harbor. The Vesi's Mercy? It is currently sitting out in the harbor. Probably not. Even Roan is like, no. Well, we hope you don't want it to sink because we've taken the liberty of adding some upgrades for you. Indeed. Ah, yes, of course. So, oh gods, never. Never in all of my life would I let him work on a project like this. No, 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 no. Forgive. But no, it is only the guilds here. The Ship's Rights Guild is currently repairing any damages and also adding a layer of metal on the inside of your ship to help make it more sturdy. It will weigh it down a little bit. Oh, unfortunately, well, that cannot be stopped, but she just shrugs. We have also added something a little more interesting. Though we do have a couple of questions. Did you want us to add a new figurehead? It's Vesi. A what head? Mm, I'm trying to rack my brain here. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Got it. So a kraken. She actually thinks, would that fall under? I mean, it might. We could do that. Um, no, 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 no. Um, however, we have added one other thing. Specifically, we've added moon glow lanterns to your ship, as well as redone some spaces and given you more nicer rooms. Um, yes, we did notice the brig, and yes, we are in the process of repairing it. But we are repairing and upgrading your ship. Um, this is part of your reward from Xoleni itself. Now you can fit twice as many crewmen for a grand total crew of 50. Your ship is a smaller ship, um, but even so, fitting 50 people is no small matter on a ship your size. Hmm. We're using a combination of, well, not to be insensitive, but sea bindings, specifically leather harvested from sea creatures. We are also used mostly mammals. No, no, it's not selkies. He shrugs. I'm not going to deny that we are using seals or sea lions. I just thought it distasteful to say out loud, but frankly, it is the best leather for this work. On the plus side, we are also using whale leather too. Frankly, it's no. You're not sleeping on them. Jeez, the hammocks are made of silk. As for as for the majority of the leather, it is actually provided by the Arcana. Indeed. None of a whale goes to waste once it passes on. What cannot be eaten will be used again. We are not quite so sensitive, she says, uh, looking to you with a smile. There are beds that have been constructed into the sides of the ship, um, with rail guards. Should be more than enough for you. Hmm. The other thing is, well, your your crew member Xavier did mention that you are all official privateers, officially out of Zavros. Well, as such, we have also taken the liberty to add hidden compartments. There is going to be two. But do not worry. Your there is a gentleman on the ship who told us exactly where he wants them to be. So he has been directing our construction crews to that effect. He is a halfling, yes. He is a half orc, correct. Everyone is doing all right, at least according to what we've been told. So no need to worry there. Also, just as a reminder, there is Arara Seaflower. She is your crow. She is your scout in the crow's nest. There's also Mr. Cade Reedfellow, or as Niafta calls him, Tiny Sensei. And the other member is Thok. 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 Indeed. But presently, um, the the guild council all nods. We have also seen fit to outfit your ship with enough food and water rations to last you a month at sea. So wherever you wish to go next, you will have a full larder to do it. Also, your kitchen was in desperate need of repairs, and upgrades, so we have taken the liberty of doing that. Presently, though, Delphine smiles. As for the Orkana's gift to you adventurers who stepped in where you did not need to, we are going to provide a more personal reward. Um, and it is going to be private. Of course, of course. We will be taking our leave, as the guild business has been done. It is 2 weeks before the guild hall is fully repaired, so we will meet in 2 weeks' time. Oh, absolutely not. I do not wish to detain you anymore. I assume you were here because, well, you had lots of things to get done, and apparently you were instrumental. And he gestures to the Delphine. You were instrumental in negotiating this peace, Lady Delphine. Fair enough. And he walks over to Lady Delphine and reaches up his hand. Lady Delphine, let this be a new better chapter in Xoleni and Orca's relationship. I look forward to it, Chancellor, and I will happily help you in any way that I can. The Orcana people are not without the ability to offer assistance. And they shake hands. There is polite clapping. With that, the rest of the guild masters stand up and are taking their leave. The master of the trades guild, he actually looks at you all. Feel free to enjoy the rest of the meals. And there is more seafood quiche. He looks down. Yes. He's about 6'4". Hey, big. Always. And he like wraps his arm around your shoulder. Come, we'll teach you all the wonders of culinary masterpieces. And he carries Reeve off. Sure. Well, also Oath of Discovery Paladin. Wait a little bit longer. So, as the Mhm. As the rest of these You'd be surprised. It's always sad when a character leaves. But Delphine smiles as she looks at all of you. I am most grateful for all of you. You didn't have to help my people. You didn't have to help this city. And it is... Well, I'm glad that we do not have to have that heavy burden on our shoulders. Thousands of lives. She smiles. No. What is important is that I would like us to part as friends. So I have brought you two things. Aside from the coin that is sitting in the hold of your ship in its own chest. However, about 2,000 gold pieces and 100 platinum pieces. Just a lot of stairs. No, Reeve left. Royalty. Also, royalty is a little much, and frankly, Tiburon are not the worst people I've ever met. So noted. Hmm. But no. And she pulls out a conch shell. We If you blow this horn, any and every orca within 50 nautical miles will be drawn to your sound. I can't promise that they'll arrive swiftly, but they will hear you and will come. Any orcana in the area. Indeed. The other thing is, I actually have someone who came into our care while you were gone. I'm afraid we don't know much about them, but I'll let them introduce themselves. And she turns and gestures to one of the traveling companions that she arrived with. I give you the floor, Mr. Emil. No, he is a coward. At least, right now. Mm. Well, you are grabbed and pulled. There may have been a pattern on this shit at one point, but it is long gone. That's not better. Me looking. Me looking. No, I'm basically closing the cog wheels because they bother me. So I was looking at your character sheet. I'm like, cog wheels, click. He's casting Shatter. Alright, well, Shatter is casted. And it's on yourself, basically? Alright, well. So that would catch the table, which is shattered to pieces. That would catch. Yep, catches you, catches himself. Mako is at the table, so catches Mako too. So everybody roll a con save. Well, everybody I mentioned roll a con save. Okay. All right. You're fine there, Niafta. Oh wait, no, you said you were eating the food at the table too, didn't you? Oh yeah. So yeah, you two. It's a Constitution saving throw. By the way, Emil, check your Discord, please. And you can reply to me there. New icon. The little seal with the fish. He is not quite a child. He is officially grown as far as Selkie count their age. But granted, very small. However, it is not necessarily him wanting to go, I will make mention. It is more of the entities with which he has made a deal. Indeed. She gently walks over. She gently walks over to Scram and gestures. You might as well show them. They need to know now rather than later. And you see, I believe it is a spiral in the center of 7 circles. And she gestures. This tattoo or marking glows when his powers are being activated. And it is part of the seal that he has made. According to the one I spoke with, Aku, he is a vessel for the council, as they have referred to themselves. anybody who is magically inclined can roll an Arcana check. Niafta, you would be able to make this roll too. Arcana. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you took 19 thunder damage. It's okay, you were at full hit points, so. Unfortunately, Niafta, you're not too familiar with warlocks or their patrons. You just know that warlocks are a thing. However, to those of you who rolled higher than a 15, the council is a council. It refers to a warlock who has not formed a deal with one singular powerful entity, but a group of them. Notably, a council. However, this council are all powerful beings that seem to share a singular purpose. Most councils have pursued their goals for long periods of time, failing time and time again. Evidence of their pursuits can be found the world over, and the councils rely on warlocks in their service to endeavor on their behalf. The councils range from an academy of wizards who have outwitted death, to pirate brethren who labor under a curse, to an assembly of powerful elementals or island spirits. Mm. The one who seems to do the most speaking is known as Aku, or that's the name Scram seems to have given him. Ungrateful. Frankly, it wasn't you specific. Aku and the rest of the patrons have asked that I set him up with someone who could help the council in their goal, and in their goals, plurals. Um, Indeed. And frankly, I couldn't think of anyone better than the lot of you, because frankly, I know he will not be mistreated, and he will be able to learn valuable skills that will help him in life. He is young by Selkie standards, but he is an adult by Selkie standards, if only just. I am well aware. Hmm. No, it's Delphine. Not, not soul, says Delphine. Not soul, but mm, as far as Aku explained the deal, in return for power to protect and escape from his life before, he and the council would give up that power, and in exchange, our young Scram here would not only forget a lot of memories, a lot of details, to be unlocked when he felt he was ready, but also would help the council in their goals. The first of which, according to them, is to find him a way to travel around Vodari efficiently. I didn't say she wasn't evil. Let me be frank, I did not say she wasn't evil. But they do not own his soul. Just so long as he wants their power, he has to do as they ask. There is no soul exchange here. It is essentially a job. However you choose to however you choose to negotiate it is ultimately pointless. However, he is free to say no and stop doing the tasks at any time. He will, and others. But yes, at any rate, I do not know where this mother of his is. I only know that the council will alert him if she happens to be in the same city as him. Afraid not. We found him as a shipwreckee. According to the council, he was originally a urchin on the streets. They say it was Crownport. Again, they say that they first met him in the streets of Crownport. It is the home of the elves. This your ship's repairs and upgrades will take at least another full day. So you can rest and relax in Xoleni proper. Shop if you need or don't. Again, that is entirely up to you. I don't know exactly what happens in large cities like this. Um, I mean, just as a general reminder, yes, Valor has like no legs. He has a trunk. So yes, he's not sure. He wears shirts. He does not wear shoes. Mako, Niafta, and you and him got blown up. And I'm okay with that. Um, you also note a soft glow of something coming from his back. However, as the armor forms, you do hear a voice. You do hear a voice. It is... Oh, God, give me a sextant. It is a female's voice. Kind of motherly, like Roan. And it just says, "We protect him." Depends on the quality, but yes. Isn't your family cobblers? No, your mother's a seamstress. That's right. That's right. I was gonna say, this is not a Diddy party. Oof. Well, I mean, the rest of it. Although, again, the only thing that doesn't seem too patchwork would be the sealskin. Yeah, that will be more than enough. Jesus Christ. That's a strange topic to get on, but okay. Moving right along. So, technically, I will say this. Technically, the only thing that they need to sign is the roster, because the contract is made out to the crew and captain of the Vesi's Mercy. I mean, you would know that, being the... Hmm. I'll just turn into a seal and escape. It's like, oh, right, that's a thing you can do. Okay, Scram, you watch as Roan becomes a seal. Delphine just smiles. They said the same thing about being a were-orca. By the way, your friend Mako left you all this. Then she holds out a letter. Yeah, you look around, he is nowhere to be seen. As you open, no, you're still in the garden. You watch as a couple of as a shark tooth for everyone falls out of the letter, but it simply reads, "My friends, the thorns have called me and still need me. I will be staying in Xoleni. I am off to my next assignment. Farewell, good sailing, and eat plenty, Mako." Well, I mean, you do all remember he was assigned to your group by the Thorns and kind of worked for them and was basically helping you guys overthrow Graf. When that became when that finished, it appears he had something else that he needed to do. Indeed, it will. Yep. That is true. No, it's on your ship. So everybody heads to. Yep. She's saying, make sure that you all decorate and take care of your own cabins. Grimir, have you let any of the food go to waste? You! So the table exploded, food went everywhere. Have you been eating it? Like, did you, like, let it go to waste? I'm. Okay. Oh, you're definitely going to need to roll one to see if you don't get sick just on the sugar rush alone, but. Yeah, okay, so your stomach does not like does not like the fact that you've been eating nothing but sugary junk food, but at the same time it's like, I'm eating it's calories, man. I love that. Nani the fuck? Oh, is that in character? Okay. I was gonna say it's gonna be me and Mason before the rest of y'all pass the fuck out. Yep. How rough do you throw him? Okay, then you should be fine. I mean, as you head to the port, there is only one Vesi's Mercy. You also note that it is actually the only ship that is sitting in, like, above the water. It is in like a dry dock that is like right above the water, and you're like, I don't know that that's the way we want that to be. Um, it's a gangplank. Nah, your ship is like barely above the water. Is like it is like again, you can like squeeze under it, but your back will be touching the water. However, your ship is being worked over, and there is a gangplank. And you can see on the ship that there are many people. Xavier is actually not on the ship anywhere, at least as far as you can see. But Tiny Sensei is there, directing people on where to put hidden compartments. Falk is helping, like, move heavy timbers and beams. Um, Ara is up in the crow's nest. Just you can see her legs dangling out of it, but she appears to be asleep. um, Also, the Three Stooges. I forgot about these guys. They're still here. We swam. And Kate actually. Oh yeah, they've been fine. By the way, welcome back. About time. Yeah, the water dwarf, and then who's the Selkies? Pleasure to meet you. Welcome aboard the Vesi's Mercy. Yes, she is named that. No, it's not a joke. Or maybe it is. But, pleasure to meet you. I'm Kate, or some people call me Tiny Sensei. Pleasure to meet you. Oh, he wasn't going to stay with you? Alright. I thought you was like mother, son, or something. Oh. Well, alright then. Sorry I'm making assumptions here. I don't know many things about Selkies. Heck, I barely know anything about me. But, come on. And with that, yeah, none of them do. What are you, a fucking weirdo? You used the seal leather wasn't used in the furnishings. The seal leather was used in the holding shit together. Cause not the whole ship. Like mostly just the cannon straps. What? I don't know that that's the phrase you wanted to use there, but anyway. I mean, it was provided by the Arcana. What else they gonna fucking hunt? They hunt whales, seals, penguins. Orcas are kind of like the apex predator of the ocean there, guy. There's a reason they kind of, are everywhere. The roster? It's not hard to find. It's on the shelf, where it belongs. The hell's wrong with you? Rifling. Yeah. Yep, I got you. Anyway, right this way there, Selkies. Welcome to the ship. Also, don't mind Thok. He's just a big bundle of, well, frankly, stupid, but he's a sweetheart and won't kill you unless you hit him first. But frankly, and he kind of looks at Scram, I don't think he'd consider hurting you. He's he's a big kid lover. He gives great hugs. Though, I do warn you that if you have a crick in your back, it is going to pop it. So, maybe it's a good thing. That's fine too. Hey, I don't like to be touched neither. People like to, rest their elbows on my head or, use me as a footrest sometimes and, you stab them. That's awesome. And he's like, good for you, kid. Explode on people. I like it. That's a real shocking surprise. And Kay just walks over. These are two of the crew doors, and you can have these because, well, frankly, none of the rooms have much leather in them. So, anyway, officers' quarters. So, you guys, me and Thok share a room, but the Three Stooges are the only ones sleeping in the hammocks right now. Well, that and the other two ninnies we're picking up, but I'll talk to the captain about them more later. And we might have a room on the third. Oh, she sleeps up there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She has a leather tarpaulin or like tent kind of thing, and she wraps it around the crow's nest. Yeah, the only time she comes down is for meals. And to do that, but She seems to have like a system. She only does that like once a day that I catch. Who knows if it's healthy or not? I don't pretend to be anybody's mother. Yeah, well, that's your problem. You can go be the mother. I'm not the mother. I'll leave that to you, huh? I'll be the guy who shivs people. And you watch as he holds out his fist, and a purple knife made of energy appears in his hand. It's one of them. And he like lets go, and then the knife drops out of his hand, and as it does, it just disappears. Yeah. He points to the one on the right, and then there's the one next to it, which is the one on the left. So, It's basically, this particular section of the ship is actually many cabins kind of in a horseshoe shape, with Niaftas being at the dead end of the hallway and also having a set of double doors. Yep. Yep. So easily arranged. Fair enough. No, but he's had a lot better than where he came from. Granted, it's mostly outdoor kind of living. He's more used to hammocks at this point, but it's only been a couple days, no more than a week. So, but presently, the rooms all have the coffin rack. They all have a desk, and they all have a small trunk. Inside each of the trunks is a lock and a key, so everybody can lock up their own stuff. There's also a bookshelf that is built into the side of the wall, um, as well as chamber pots. There is essentially a quote unquote bathroom towards the bottom of the ship where people can do their business inside the ship and it travels out of the ship. It's an ingenious design, really. Cutting edge ship science. Oh, you know. Oh, yeah. Go fuck yourself. What do you want? Oh, Valor. Yeah, fine. Anyway, what do you want? I'm sleeping. I saw them. I don't need to say hi yet. I'll come down when it's dinner time. Meeting people is always better over food. Yes, I'm aware. Also, Cade was interviewing 2 potential crew hands and a third actually kind of interesting person. You might want to talk to him about that later, but again, that's not my business. I'm just here watching everything. And I do see everything. She says that she opens one eye and just like gives you the lazy eye from Five Goes West. Just her eye just jumps out at you for a minute. That's gross. You're such a people pleaser there, Valor. Mm. But with that being said, and all that being equal, that is where we shall cut it for the evening, as there is more chicanery to be had, and next time is likely to be some kind of shopping episode, which I'm certainly looking forward to. It'll be nice to show off more of Xoleni and the things I have added to this wonderful city of marvels. Because I actually really like Xoleni as a city and as a idea, so I have been happy to. I have. Yes, you have. But it has been a great time. But uh, thank you all so very much for watching. Of course, I could not do this alone. I could not do this without my fantastic cast of characters, and I will happily introduce them all to you now. We have 2 of my immediate screen left. We have Mr. Grimir, played by David, my brother. Lots of cannons. Uh, typical cannons. I knew you. I knew you literally wanted to say that forever, and I was just waiting for you to. But it is a sloop, so it has 4 8-pound cannons. Um, yep, and they're on one of the lower decks. But um, we then, of course, have my other brother to the far left, Mr. Crowlot, who played Mr. Mako, our Tiburon Circle of the Deeps druid. Yep. But again, these characters are not dead, and so we'll have a chance to say hello in the future. So that is always something we can do. And then directly beneath me, we have Miss Ivy playing Roan, our barbarian. There is that. Uh, anyway. Well, there's plenty of history to find out later. We have the lovely Laura playing Niafta. Yep. Delegate. Yep. The other less flattering term is shove responsibility onto others. Uh, I'm counting on you anyway. I love the anyway. Uh, yep. Good luck to you. Okay, well, there you go. You just been promoted. No, you're just the first mate now. Anyway, we have Mr. Emil playing Scram, our new Selkie. And he is a council warlock. I'm super excited because I've had a lot of fun designing NPC council warlocks. So I'm looking forward to an actual player one. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, we have Mr. Vex playing Valor. Yep. And of course, I have been your Master of the Seas, Dr.JWolfenstein. Thank you all so very much for watching. On TikTok, thank you so much for blowing it up with 436 likes. Honestly, that is amazing. I am super excited. Thank you all so very much. Really, it means the world to me, and I'm sure my players as well. But we will see you next week. Also, I will be doing more streams now that my internet and my RAM has been upgraded. Hallelujahs. I need to fix the Ethernet cable plug on my computer, which is what happened earlier. Unfortunately, the cord got disconnected. But I will remedy that situation. And when I do, we shall be cooking with all of the gases. And I look forward to seeing you all next week here on the Seas of Vodari. Until the next stream, please stay healthy, my friends.